What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update of Bitcoin. And what we're going to do, we're going to piggyback off the video we did last night when we were talking about a move was coming for Bitcoin. We're starting to see that right now. We are up 4.18%. We're at 9,127. So I just kind of wanted to piggyback off that video, and we're going to get into this. I have about 5 things that I wanted to talk with you all today, and that's going to include how the higher lows is still intact. We're going to talk about the downtrend line. We're also going to look at the strength of this green trend line that I've had on my chart for quite a while now, and how we still need some more volume to really get up through this purple downtrend line. So we're going to get into all this, guys. If you get some from these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends, and we'll get into this. So as we were looking last night, we were anticipating some type of move, okay? Because whenever the candles start to get really tight and you see that contraction, you have to anticipate a move. Now, a lot of times you can't determine before the move happens which way it's going to go, but what you have to do, you have to strategize for the upside as well as the downside and set those alerts and say, okay, if this alert is hit, then this is my upside plan. If this alert's hit, this is my downside plan. And I believe that's the best way to play this market. And what we're seeing right now is support off this green trend line. We found nice strong support off it, and we came up and we actually came back down and set a higher low. And that's a really good thing right there. That showed the bulls were stepping in. And then we are actually breaking out through this overhead resistance that we were dealing with at about $8,900. So what we need to do is turn that area into support. And if we can do that, we have a good shot to run up here and test this 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, because of how far we fell and how fast down here we dropped. A lot of times you can make it up on the backside. It's kind of like, in a way, if you look at gaps or windows in the stock market, you'll notice that a lot of times they will get filled. Same thing when you have a big crash to the downside or a big pump to the upside. A lot of the times you'll have the opposite on the other side. Not saying it happens all the time, but we really could have a nice straight shot up to test this 200 moving average, which we need to get back up above. And then ultimately we need to break out of this downtrend that we're dealing with in purple here. So the good thing is, though, we're up above our 20, our 40, and our 50 moving average right here on the 4-hour time frame. So that's good, because we need to change that trend. We need to get those higher highs and higher lows. And you see down in here, we came up. We basically had a double top there, came back down, higher low, and then we just had that higher high. So we want to come back down, another higher low, and then a higher high, and that's how the trend changes. That's what we need to do. We've had quite the retracement here. So when we were doing our Fibonacci the other day, basically we were down to our 0.5. That was our hot spot there. So we were basically having all the confluence of our trend line, that 0.5 Fibonacci, and also this support area at 8,271. When we were moving in this uptrend here, that was a higher low that we set, and then we came up, set that higher high. And that's what we need to do. We need to desperately change that trend, because right now we've been in that short-term downtrend, and it's been pretty aggressive. I mean, when you lose, let's check this out here. I think it's about 20% we ended up losing. Guys, that's a big correction. So we went down 20%. So just to let you know, like, I love to study the stock market as well. And in Dow theory, that 20%, I mean, that a lot of times can push you into a bear market, but as opposed to just a correction. But in Bitcoin, you can have 40% retracements and then still continue to move to the upside. So that's just where we pump extremely hard and we retrace extremely hard. So whenever the market pumps up hard, it has to take a big deep breath, and that's where you have that retracement. Then a lot of times you'll get that next move up. So it's not shocking in this space, and that's why I love this space. It's great for swing traders because the moves are so aggressive. When this market can move, 25% in a matter of 2 weeks, major markets don't move that an entire year. So it gives you such an opportunity if you can learn how to trade this market. But overall, guys, I really like to see too that we had 3 touches now on this trend line. Do you see this big gap that we had? If we can continue to defend this trend line, that would for sure show that this trend line is intact, and that's where a lot of buyers will be stepping in each time we come to that trend line. So the more valid we can make this, the better. And we don't have a crazy pitch on it or slope on it. We're not up in the 55% range, which is nice. What you can do is take your trend line angle, you go from your bottom to the top, and that shows we have about a 23% grade on this right now. So that's a nice trend line if we can continue to have that respected. But we're going to get into that squeezing effect As we continue to climb up this green trend line, we're going to run into this purple one, and then it's going to be decision time whether we break to the upside and start tackling $10,000 again, getting back up above that, turning it into support, and then it'd be around 10,300, and then we go up to around that 10,500, and that's what needs to happen. And you know, guys, this is where we just want this uptrend to continue, because we had such a beautiful bottoming pattern here with this inverted head and shoulders. The more you read about inverted head and shoulders, they're very strong bottoming patterns, and if we can continue this trend into the Bitcoin halving, that's what you're looking for. That's what we want to see, where we could really get those explosive moves. But these are the areas that really need to hold. This trend line needs to hold, and I also believe that this 8,189 and also the 0.618 Fibonacci. So if we take our Fibonacci here and we go from our low, guys, I'm sorry, my chart is not allowing me to use my Fibonacci right now. It's actually breaking up my screen, so I don't know what's going on with TradingView there. I apologize. But if you take it and you go from your swing low to your swing high, the last time I was looking at this, we were sitting on our 0.5, and the next area would be that 0.618 is the area that we would also look at for support. But, you know, we got a good shot here at really running up to maybe 9,500 in the next couple hours or so if we can continue to get this moving. But what we need is that volume. And if we take a look at this here, we come down in here, we want to see this volume right here really swelling. So we want to see the big pump of volume swelling up, and then when we have that retracement to come down and set our higher low, we want to have light volume. That's what you're looking for. And then what I want to do is step out to our 1-day time frame for us. Just take a little bit look at the bigger picture. So on the 1-day time frame, if you can see here, so say we were to close today, that would be a beautiful candle. That's a really strong candle. That's basically like a bullish Marabazoo candle. From the bottom, there's hardly any wick there, and then to the top, if we could close like that, and that'd be us challenging that 20 EMA, which we're going to need to get over top of again. We've been trading below it for a while now, and we need to get back up above that, and also this 50 moving average. So we've defended this 200-day moving average, and now the 50 is acting as overhead resistance. So yet again, we're going to have that squeezing effect. So there's a lot of decisions that are going to be coming here very soon for Bitcoin, in my opinion. We're really going to start seeing which way we're going to break, and look for that volume. It's going to tell you the story, whether we're breaking to the upside or downside. Look for that confirmation on volume. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring to you. Let's really just watch for this candle close today. I want to see how much wick or what the body looks like here, and then that could really show us if we're going to come up here and challenge this 50-day moving average, which we need to do. Again, we need to get back up above that. We were trading up above it for a long time. So just really pay attention to these things, guys. Just wanted to bring this to you. God bless you all. Take care. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you get some from this. Take care.